둘 다 스모크 있어.
연막은 둘이야 형. 둘.
Right side. Cannot through. Just wait. It's okay, guys. 시간.
하이퍼 반피.
너 오른쪽 도와줘.
배운 거 복수했잖아, 딴디야! 복수했어!
Nó bị là nó bị em bố tóc tôi quá.
ตัวไหน
Lý nhón cho lúcกูตันก้าวตีนีออน
ไม่กูเอาเอนั่นแหละพี่กูเอาเอนั่นแหละเอาเอนั่นแหละแต่กูเราตัดโรเทตกลางให้กูเราตัดโรเทตกลางให้นี่ก็ต้องเดี๋ยวแป๊บนึงกูเดี๋ยวเอ้ย
โอ้
เดี๋ยวกูตัดไป
ชนะได้
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
ไปก่อน 이거 페이드 혼자 나무 가고 메인 많이 갈 테니까 돌릴 생각도 할게.
C 레이트 리클리어 있어. 나 룸바 깰게. 아, 쏘리.
백스 안 찍힌다 드랍 찍어줄게
해본 원에 까봤어. 살았게.
계단 나는 거 내가 봐줄게
상범이야 짝방 오파였어. 상대 2번 스모크냐?
나 계단 둘
5명.
5명 다 받아.
확인 맨만 볼게 맨만
뭐라 페나스명 잘하?
몰라 나온다 둘
아, 와요. 아,
나이스 위너블
명 남았습니다.
한발
저걸 넣을 거야. 스택스는 내 아빠야.
I go back. I'm gonna repo link. If you guys need rotations or if there's a lot of pressure, call info, okay? Yeah. I'm picking link, A link, guys. You're dead.
Nice. They'll have wall there.
One here. Astra saw me.
In, behind you, boys. Two.
Main and drop.
아스트라 만세.
One enemy remaining.
I hit 40 uni. Yeah.
First A. Ayan, Zeus. Jeremy Senpai.
You're watching VCT Pacific 2026. Earn everything.
Hold on, shift around, low bass, feel the bloom, no rush, take time, everything on the line, wait right there on my way. When I move like this, no delay. When I move like this, on my way, feel it come and go, one step and I'm out the door. When I move like this. When I move like this, no delay. When I move like this, no lane, still no lead, my own, no push, just flow. I don't force, I glow, I touch, then gone, right place, no wrong. You see, wait right there on my way. When I move like this, no delay. When I move like this, on my way, feel it come and go, one step and I'm out the door. When I move like this. When I move like this, no delay. When I move like this. On my way, feel it come and go, one step and I'm out the door. When I move like this.
You're watching VCT Pacific 2026. Earn everything.
See me bleeding me, oh darling, for something that 세이지 체인버 같은 경우에는 저는 좀 더 약간 사드록의 기본 밸류보다는 그 약간 적이랑 싸우는데 좀 능하다라고 느끼고 있거든요. 사드록 같은
over in Santiago.
Yeah, I mean it would be monumental. Sunset are two of the maps where they're running that Sage Chamber.
Yeah. I'm so impressed with the glow up they've had. They look so much better this stage. It's crazy. But just like, you know, Paper X yesterday, you just might be running into the buzzsaw here today.
Oh, buzzsaw. Francis, Dambi. We really look to players like Texture and maybe even Ash to try to slow this train down. Perhaps Karen and Rexkull as well as onto the Cypher now, but starting things off on the map of Ascent, as the desk mentioned, even though this is also for Nongshim's championship qualification, Gen.G onto their own different comp swap. You really wonder if that's going to be able to help them that much at all. Texture previously onto the chamber was doing a lot with the snipers.
Yeah.
But what about now?
I mean, I think it's still kind of a similar idea for Texture, and we know what he can do on this map. We've seen it before in positions like where he's at. Good flash out and a good first kill for him and Ash.
Just quickly recognizing the little 4-1 split approach that most teams kind of go for, but Nongshim trying to just pick up the pace straight through mid to A. Will get slowed down by Rexkull. Double kill, quick recognition, and now it's just on to Ivy. The spike is down as well, so this is going to be a tough fight.
Yeah, you would think this is pretty undoable trying to come through mid there, so he's going to try a different angle, which makes a ton of sense because you know you're going to be facing like a 90-degree angle crossfire walking through those doors, so going to have to try something a little bit different. It is very difficult no matter what, and let's see if the kind of alarm bells start going off here inside of Gen.G's heads, and they do because the camera there just makes them think something a little bit differently.
Yeah, very quick and sneaky. Karin jiggling around the corner as well. Slight timing. Will manage to hop across though, but instantly back into positions. Gen.G are just so ready to receive, and because of that, they pick up the pistol.
Yeah, it's a couple of good things they got going on the map, right? Like it's the simple flash and dash, you know, with the neon. Very classic maneuver here, something Nongshim knows all very well, but then it's also because the TP's there to get Texture into a position to double down. And then, of course, that means that you've got a little bit of help behind it, and that's Rascal coming up big with 2 kills of his own. And not too problematic at all. Good start for Gen.G. Who knows? Maybe they've just got that juice. I mean, they were talking about on the desk how trying to go up against the Neon Yoru when you're also running Neon Yoru against the best to ever do it. Tricky, but maybe they could prove us all wrong.
I mean, they would really want to secure this win as well, right? Just the fact that they need those champs points. So being able to slow down Nongshim currently in the first 2 rounds with a judge triple kill can definitely give Gen.G that sort of boost. Texture as well. Marshall's definitely not broken. Still gonna do some extra damage while RB just looks to maximize his losses.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, yeah. At this point, this should be kind of round over. I mean, RB would have to work an absolute miracle. Just the classic. Would have to get a gun and do some serious damage. They will be checking to make sure that he has indeed vacated the vicinity, and he has. So it's just a, you know, at least get something out of the round here.
2 very big somethings.
Yeah. And then just move on from there.
Yeah, maybe get a good read for
He's
how...
like,
30 seconds
but I can go all the way around it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Next round, oh, this is where the trip is. It's a nice little download of information at the very least, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's pretty simple stuff here from Gen.G. Hold the line with the judge. Have the extra layers behind it. So far, so good. Ash has done really well, like the desk mentioned. He can kind of outdiff Dambi in the Neon department, but it is the rest of the fearsome foursome behind Dambi on Nongshim that makes them so annoying to go against. Okay. Let's see if Nongshim can turn things around. This is, of course, Nongshim's map pick, so Gen.G did get to pick their preferred side, and you would expect on Ascent, defender side is going to be rather powerful for them, no matter what.
Even with the group stage games and Gen.G kind of taking command over that, but back then it was admittedly a different Nongshim. So respecting the pace at which, you know, Gen.G kind of operate right now with the judge in hands, Nongshim will approach this more steadily. You know, a little bit of presence towards B main.
Yeah, you got to be really careful here because of the judge, like you're talking about. Running into that is potentially catastrophic. So you have to be very smart about how you approach this space. And Ivy will be able to kind of get that extra angle.
I guess Gen.G still not too worried about that just yet. They got one-way cages, but here comes Domby sliding through. Oh, and quick with the swing and peek off of it. Lane has been compromised, and perhaps market as well, depending on how well Ivy can hold. Door still shut, though, so even with the judge kill, at least the site will be captured by Nongshim. Going for some extra space and perhaps information as well. Francis will be decapitated for it, but still retaining control.
That was a hell of a shot by Karan. Jeez. That did not look like it was going to be easy, but retake getting set up. Ash and Karan definitely going to give it a go. It is their bonus.
Karan has a flash as well. Positions being held, though. They did not clear out B main. Lovely little off-angle kill by RB. And just plays for a bit of extra time now with the TP. Domby takes advantage of that situation. So we'll have a standard 1-2 start.
Yeah, that Domby's already roaring down there on stage. I can hear him all the way up here. This is great work by X-Ross and Ivy. Nice paranoia there. It's kind of a classic combo. Flash, dash, fast lane. That's so annoying. He's so good at that.
It just kind of reminds me a bit of that T1 game as well, if you remember, Paper Thin. I mean, like, it was the whole thing where mid was left open. Gen.G kind of left mid open a little bit in that round. We'll kind of see how it goes. They had a judge, so you could kind of understand why. But for now, I mean, this is just Nongshim starting to pick up steam again. So let's have a listen in to their comms.
좀 멀어.
사운드 내도 되나 B메인에서?
내도 돼. 네네.
길게 벌릴게.
삐갈 거야. 하나, 둘. 들키더라도 삐갈 거야. 피팀만 가릴게.
갈게요, 한 번 더.
진짜 어렵고. 사이트 있어, 사이트 있어. 유로 미드. 괜찮아.
사이트.
봤어, 사이트.
들어와, 사이트 들어와.
나 불러. 요로 108이야, 일단 요로 108. 설할게.
살해.
요로 마이너스 108.
아케문 안 닫혀있지?
안 닫혀 있어. 형편 좀만 앞에 가줘.
다시
앞라인 써줘.
CT 지금 내가 해줄게.
요로 반피야, 얘들아. 내가 여기 줄게. 야, 요로 피일일 거야. 체킹 나가면 나겠.
Just quickly noting the Yoru, otherwise holding off angles as well and peeking off of one another. Nongshim relentlessly fighting for space, preventing Gen.G from even getting close enough onto that retake. They will be forced to capitulate and save. Wonder if they can even hold on to the rifles. Okay, should be able to get away safely now.
Even some armor damage there would have been nice to force a little bit of a rebuy out of Karan, but doesn't seem like they're going to get there necessarily. Francis will go hunting. They know that Texture's weak. I heard him in the comms talking about it, but he's not going to check the corner. So Texture will get that kill. I could hear them saying that the Yoru was 108 damage taken, so yep, it was good read there to try to take an extra gun out. And that's just Nongshim. They lose a player early, and it doesn't matter because you still have the double duelist. Yeah, Ivy loses his battle out there. That's kind of fine in some ways. I mean, it's not the end of the world for the way Nongshim plays. I mean, you know that stun landed. There's no doubt about it. Easy money.
It just keeps happening. The echo of the duality of Domby and Francis. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, it's like the same opening in a lot of these, well, the past 2 rounds at least, just taking B main control. If Gen.G's not able to contest for that space, it just turns into Nongshim's launch pad.
Yeah, and it's so hard to, unless you're being really active on the push out. You know, we saw it in the pistol round, right? Like, that was probably the best looking round in terms of like a quote-unquote anti-Nongshim strategy, where you're being aggressive at mains and you're taking control of some mid space and things like that. But I mean, since then, if you play default against them, it can work, but it's hard, and especially if you have to keep falling back, because the way they stagger their util, right? It's like, okay, I'm gonna throw the fast lane, dash in. Okay, we might have a paranoia to back that up. Then if the Yoru gets in, that means there's another flash there. You still have the relay bolt to clear that extra space. The way they layer things in.
It's just so much.
Yeah. and it's so annoying.
Paper X couldn't withstand it yesterday. Not much else about Gen G. I do feel, though, that map Fido could be just something that Gen G are banking on, Summit and Sunset.
I mean, it's about as good of a map veto as I could have imagined for Gen G here. But I don't know if it's enough.
That's the question. You know, I haven't really seen Nongshim Summit since then as well, and they are kind of switching up their own bans too, so gonna be very curious. But either way, even for Nongshim, just getting a lot of these wins apart from qualifying for champs, it's just getting some practice reps in on a lot of these different maps gives them such a big boost and gives us such hope for Pacific.
Yeah. Well, I will say here for Nongshim, they have taken some mid space again. Now, Gen G did claim a little bit of garage space. Rascal, though, already taking damage. And Ivy's just holding a pixel angle. Oh, more damage done.
It just even kind of looks like this is what Nongshim wants. 1-3-1, a bit of pressure. Gen G starts to make a lot of noise in how they reposition. So there are some slight, slim opportunities for Ivy, perhaps to sneak up a kill. It's going to be Textured, tries to go for it, but gets punished instead. And then now you see the pivot over, perhaps over onto A site. And as that happens, more repositioning, more openings, and slight kills being picked up by some Nongshim members. Weaker weaponry now, and Gen G trying to approach things with caution, but at the cost of space. The spike will go down.
Ivy just got dinked there, down to 5 HP though, but a backstab from RB will claim Athena. There's only 2 left for Gen G. They both have rifles, but with a player behind you and a trip in front of you, there is so much work left to do here.
Like you mentioned, right? It's all that layering. Now it's layering in terms of the players and their positions too.
It's a macro, yeah.
You could push out market, but then what?
Yeah, this has got to be kind of a tough round for Gen G, you know, as a pill to swallow, because you do some good stuff in this round. Yes, you're down again, weaker weaponry. You could chalk it up to that, but this macro has me concerned because they're all over the map here with their ability to, you know, take a little bit of control. They are able to counter your control at B main with just one player, and then they're able to push you in a couple different parts of the map. I mean, they've got short A control, they've got A main control, they got mid control, they've got all of the map under their control. And so they have all these options on where they can pivot to. Whatever looks weakest, and they diagnose it 100% correctly. And then RB's just chilling in the background.
I just picture RB in a lab coat now, diagnosing it. Trying to get great reads, and he was pretty spot on yesterday against Paper X as well.
RB could pull off a pretty sweet Okabe Rintaro cosplay, I think.
Okay.
That's from Steins Gate. you said lab coats, and that's the first thing my mind went to.
Ball knowers.
That's right.
People would know. We'll see if Texture knows right now as well, though. Able to pick off the first one. Instant smoke to kind of block off Nongshim's pathway. We'll see if Ivy is able to create some openings onto the A site as well.
Oh,
Ash. Okay.
Oh, this is so bad for Athena. There's no way he knows. He has no clue.
Could be a big pick. It's just an initial scalp to clean off, but at the same time, I mean, off of the 1-kill round B main, Ash was incented to push all the way outside of A. Has a slight off angle, will punish X-Ross for the first. RB decides to go from the shadows because of Francis taking up some space around tree as well. 3v4 in a post-plant hold, and Francis just continues to vie for space. TP's back, Ivy gets punished, and down to a 2v3.
Time to jump.
That was a dimensional drift here from Texture. Trying to figure out what's going on, but Karan is just wrecking people right now. He has done a lot of heavy lifting in this round. I don't know about this one, RB. Gets stunned up. I mean, they haven't figured out where he is yet. Oh my God!
Lines them both up! Spots the drop as well, knows exactly where Texture is positioned, but can't quite track the crosshair over his head. Texture picks up the frag and neutralizes the score against Nongshim.
Oh my God, I thought he was gonna do it. That is an absolutely nasty, nasty micro flick here. This is just kind of a little bit of, I would say, sloppiness from Nongshim, not being kind of aware that there was going to be the op there. Xros knew that Ash could be in that corner. He just wasn't really ready for Ash to be swinging when he did. Karan doing a great job there. But this is, I thought, round over, but this crouch spray means that RB's crosshairs were a little bit high. Wasn't able to adjust in time. So that's a huge win for Gen G. Even with that win, they're still in a bizarre place economically. And now, Francis is like, well, you guys used your ult last time. It's my turn. They're just going to go for the fast A hit.
Yeah, we're back to layers. Interestingly enough, though, Ash will preserve his relay bolt for the retake, but it's a bit more space that Nongshim has to worry about as well. Dambi around the edges of the smoke. A trade right back. And we're down to another numbers game. Nongshim needing to pick the right positioning in this post plant.
Well, Gen G's going to know exactly what it looks like. Can they stop it? They have the extra player, though, so as long as they can play for trades and don't let Xros get value out of that Hunter's Fury.
Like you mentioned, though, quickly noting Nongshim's positioning as well. It's 2 inside of Hell, and they've already sniped down Xros out from main. They smoked off the only position that Nongshim had left, and with the spams taking down Francis, Gen G walks away with the lead.
Yeah, this is good stuff for Gen G. They're able to really react well to what's going on the map, and I think Nongshim again here, maybe not having the sharpest of protocols and awareness situationally. This right here cannot happen. That you got to be careful as Xros there. You're a big win condition in that round. You can't let Texture get that free snipe kill. You know he's got that operator, and you know he's going to be heaven, most likely.
And now we might actually have a situation pretty soon where Nongshim are going to be the ones who are pretty much broke and vying for scraps. RB this time will get punished for Ash taking a lot of forward space outside of A main, and numbers advantage has been helping Gen G a lot in these situations.
Yeah, just a nice little set play there with the paranoia. Texture still wins that fight. Ivy knew he was gonna try it, still couldn't stop him, had the angle held. Texture's really feeling it so far for Gen G.
Especially with that op of his. Chamber or Yoru, man, still just gonna be that crisp. Still gonna try to fight their way into these rounds, though. Nongshim looking to get the spike down on A, but Gen G's already in position for a quick retake.
And you're not gonna have any smokes here either, so this is just, again, gonna be tough to control.
Spike planted.
I mean, you got the operator for Texture. It ain't gonna be easy.
Go, go, go.
I don't know. The ults from Nongshim, do you think that's gonna help anything?
Maybe.
All right, we'll start with Hunter's Fury. Francis to peek around it. Just trying to even out the odds, but still not quite enough yet. Oh, he TPs away! Dambi swings around it. 2 kills so far, pops the overdrive, slows down Gen G. And with the 3rd kill, Raxkull cuts his losses, picks up the op and runs away. Dambi is on for the hunt. Right up behind, no slide. So still able to puncture through, but can he hold on while Francis and Xros are, well, they went for fist bumps at the end.
Man, I mean, you were right. You nailed it, Quack. Like, those ults were the difference maker there. That Hunter's Fury to tee up the initial jump up into heaven to get the kill. I mean, this looked great. Great read on that TP by Ash, along with the paranoia landing. Texture takes down Ivy, but this right here sends Afina running to try to dodge that. Then they get pinged, and Dambi's happy to collect the second, and he's got the overdrive, and that's bad news for anybody who's going up against Dambi in that situation.
He wanted to take that off so bad.
He did.
I can't believe it, though. And right off the barrier drop, we're going straight into A site again. Ash playing around the smokes, around the fast lanes with the judge, but will get spotted out by Ivy right at the end. Door shut, Francis spots, and still Texture's op shot will not be able to allow for Gen G to find any moment of reprieve. He's still going for it, though.
No, it just ain't gonna work.
And now you're pretty much broke as Gen G.
One enemy remaining.
Nasty, nasty work from Ivy. he can find another, and he can. 3 in the round for Ivy.
Guys are so much better than my
He is having a really solid go of it. But, I mean, this is all about just dodging that judge, right? You get in there so quick, and they know that judge is there, and so they can just start spamming away. And I love the instant pause. Yeah, that's nuts too. But it's the instant pause when they hear that judge. It's everybody's like, what? Stop, shoot. Don't keep going.
It's just the growth all the way from like the ascensions that we've had in the past couple of years. This Nongshim is truly back to that Master Santiago waiting form. Having the reads, having the adjustments, they've crumbled Gen G's economy. For a second, just a couple rounds ago, I thought Gen G might just be able to turn this back around, but I'm not so sure now.
Yeah, and you can see Nongshim here thinking that Gen G might try to go back into what worked on that pistol round with the flash and dash, and they were just surrounding that exit at B main just in case. So just being very cautious, very patient. You know, on ecos, you should be, because teams will try to throw some of their weird stuff at you, throw their curveballs at you. So good awareness, and you're gonna find that trip. Ooh, I thought for a second Texture was gonna hit that.
It was close. Downby ready for the fight as well, though. So it's just phenomenal with how Nongshim are able to try and like stay on top of some of the trick plays that Gen G might employ in this pistol, in this eco. We do have Karan pushing outside of A main, though, so a bit of info.
30 seconds left.
And then now pressure around market with Ivy pushing forward. Spots out Texture, not quite able to get the kill just yet, but eventually the onslaught will arrive, and not a single player from Gen G is able to hold that off.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt as Gen G. I mean, Karan here doesn't have the gun drawn, and he's just dead through the wall. RB got the dink and then the follow through, but I mean, this is brutal, Quack. You have the good read, you have your 4-player stack on B ready, holding, you use your overdrive, and you still lose the round because they just outplay you. Oh, that is disgusting stuff from Francis. He is so locked in lately. Guy is just smooth. Smooth as silk. That's his coach, but
cannot. But yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. A little flash that he had outside of the cyber cage as well. Oh my goodness. Back in with the op, and this feels like what would be Gen G's last hope. And it does pull through. A shot outside of B main as well will relieve some pressure, taking down Ivy. 3v5, and it's Hunter's Fury ripped as well, allowing Paraxkel to stay alive for a second longer, so should be a strong and hefty retake on the way.
Yeah, and you don't have any ults to worry about this time, so the 3v5 feels a little more doable. You're going to see quite a bit, and this helps too.
Okay.
Surely.
In the second last round, first half, why not?
Surely this goes Gen G's way.
It's got to, but I'm nervous. Okay, here comes Karan. Extra still holding out from hell. An even trade, and it's a low HP Athena to try to eke out this 1v1. He can't do it! 4-7. Nongshim will just continue onward.
Yeah, I mean, it's not feeling good right now for Gen G. If you can't win a 5v3 again, I think that's the second 3v5 that Nongshim has won. You get the early kill onto the smokes. You win the 1v1 against Ivy. Oh, boy. I mean, this is just... France is like, huh? Texture, what are you doing here?
Going in there one by one.
I mean, X-Ross, huge stuff from him. Holding the line down here for the 3K. Crazy round. I cannot believe they won that. I mean, I can, because it's Nongshim, but...
True. And look at this now. Dimensional drift. Able to play forward, though. Ash and Karan not wanting to allow Nongshim pass through the floodgates. But somehow still RB breaking through after his teammates have fallen all around. A bit of shock dart damage confirms his positioning, but he lets the drone pass! RB, oh! Athena with the flick around.
Down A.
Ivy still trying to hold out the rounds, but Gen G this time redeeming themselves for the mistakes on that previous 3v5. They will close out this first half 5-7.
Oh, this is still on a knife's edge, but, you know, Gen G being really proactive here on their defender side, being aggressive. I will credit them. I like some of the theory they've had for sure in some of the rounds. This one, finally, something kind of goes their way. Oh, what a turn there from Athena. Should have been dead to rights. Great work by Rascal to shut Ivy down, too.
Halftime.
Oh, you have to
Yeah,
take a breath.
yeah, it is stressful. It's just so much pressure, and it just gets just as hard on the other side of the map. I mean, Nongshim are very good on their defender side. Texture had a great half, don't get me wrong. I mean, the sniping is great. He's right back to where he needs to be. It's just France is also very good in that department and kind of plays a different game than Texture. Texture is very safe with the operator, usually, I'll say. Whereas Francis is a little more aggressive. He's going to want to push space. He's going to want to try to catch you off guard and get that freebie and TP out. So, going to have to be very aware of that as Gen G.
It's the way the teams kind of operate around their own comps as well, even though it's extremely
Look at
mirrored up. Waiting for you in Shanghai.
I'm not sure about the Tony the Tiger thing. I haven't figured that out. I haven't figured that out yet.
Because it's Gen G Tiger Nation.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's it. You're right. You're right. How did I not put that together?
Gen G G4. It's great. Sure, man.
That was so bad. I love it.
Is that a thing in Korea? I didn't know.
I don't think so.
Tony the Tiger.
I doubt it. I really doubt it. That was great, though. I mean,
oh man,
I appreciate you for
Thank
that.
you. I try.
I just wish Achilleos was here to suffer for, you know, the bad jokes. That's the only thing I'm missing.
I'm sure he's around somewhere.
I'm sure he's watching and groaning.
I love making you guys groan.
I mean, oh boy. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Tags.
Okay? No.
They pushed all the way out. Gen G with a spike, still kind of in no man's land, trying to figure out this round.
Dude, they just held W from the get-go. Nice shift walked out of A.
Okay.
And they're still holding if this mid push tries to go through. I mean, this is still not easy for Gen G. They could try to sell a fake with Ash.
Or to just try and hold. Well, at least get some information that the players who pushed out A main are back in A. So trying to transport this spike safely somewhat into B site now, but Ivy close by looking to play spoiler. Still able to do a bit of decent damage. Athena, comes back around to take down Francis. What a timing.
6 shots from Athena.
Go, go, go.
Clears out the site relatively with the recon as well, so takes a bit of time. They're being quite diligent with this, but will be able to get it done at the end.
10 seconds
Main
left.
thing is, though,
Spike planted.
the util still being held on by Nongshim. Might make things tough.
Player standing.
Doesn't even matter if Ash goes down initially. Down to the 2v1.
RB's trying to figure out where he went so he can let loose with the paranoia.
There he
There it
goes.
is.
Back into Boathouse. No shot. No win. And this time, Nongshim picks up pistol.
Yeah, it's just so incredibly gutsy from Nongshim, just from the get-go to be like, we are going to hold W until we see them. Okay, they didn't see us. Okay, we're top mid. They haven't seen us. Okay, we're all the way to catwalk. They haven't. Okay, now they see us.
Oh, there they are.
Let's kill them. I thought this was going to go real, real bad for Gen G for a second. But, I mean, Karan able to swing around there pretty quick, take one. They double up. They make a decent map read. Ash able to buy him a little bit of time. But then Xros and RB just really clinically work together to lock it down.
It's ridiculous. It's just so much confidence to be able to pull off these plays at a 7-5 as well. Gen G, though, with their own protocols, but it's the Outlaw trading right back. The Bandits, they've been pretty good so far this season, but is it going to be enough in this 4v4?
It's a good start. There's a real shot here for Gen G.
Planted.
They're really looking for it, holding around inside of smokes, but Still keeping distance away from Gen G. Francis able to do some extra damage. Guardian now chiming in. Not quite able to get the one close by, but eventually they will get it done with Dambi onto that Stinger. Just Athena left. And Dambi buys time for Extras to get up from behind. It's not even needed, just right at the end. The defuse to completion and alt points all being collected up upon.
Yeah, and you're just kind of going through and getting the guns you want for the next round. They were talking about it a little bit. They want to keep the Outlaw, they want to go for the Spectre. I personally think the Spectre might be the better option in some ways, even though the Outlaw will force out the full armor buys. And in Francis's hands, it's pretty nasty with the thing, but this one right here,
yeah,
pretty good. Went for the no-scope, didn't work. I'd say that's the only thing that was kind of sketchy for Nongshim there, but again, you're doing just fine.
Yeah, what are you going to do sometimes? No scope. Still, though, it's enough decent damage by Gen G, I guess, with the bandits. So, a bonus should be unlikely.
You say that.
I know.
You say that. I mean, they're watching for it this time, at least.
Look at them again. All right, yeah, there we go. Spots them out, but instant pull off the utility, and Nongshim's kind of happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to lose a player there, but you're at least, like, kind of getting a read. You're conditioning Gen G to do some things for future rounds, potentially. To have to play really far back at the beginning of rounds, which could give you some main space, or kind of make you know when they're going to fight for it a little bit easier with the way they're going to layer util in.
Precisely. I mean, you just could foresee rounds where Francis starts to take different lines, perhaps with an op. I mean, he was saved up on this round. Maybe he starts to push up outside of B main, and that could then dampen Gen G's approach in some of the future rounds. But for now,
yeah, Nongshim has no idea. They gambled incorrectly here. It's going to be the A site plant for Gen G. And let's see how they want to set up this post plant. I mean, with texture so deep over its short, this is really tricky for the players that are going to be coming through that direction. Right now, just RB maybe. Or they might go for the flood out of heaven. Nope, they're going to try this. Texture is just in such a good position to punish. They could set up a nasty crossfire here.
Just give it a shot anyway. I mean, you've given, like, Gen G every winning condition that they could hope for in a post plant. And with that, that could be information for future retakes as well. Now they'll know perhaps it's Athena, Raxkull, Texture, as you mentioned, up around tree. Now keeping them somewhat contained or looking for some exits. Nongshim not too deterred by the outcome. We'll just go down to the spike nonetheless. But Gen G definitely happy with the round picked up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, here as Gen G, you're feeling good that you're able to get a good read in the pre-round, the barrier drop. And you're able to take them down pretty cleanly. And then a good crossfire setup that works perfectly. You know, Rascal has the shorty, he gets one, Texture around the back, gets another, and that's GG. So very clean. And you're really gonna need that as Gen G. And Francis will be into the op here, and that's where things really get scary against Nongshim. Just like against Gen G when Texture is the op. It's the same thing, basically.
Perhaps different approach, but it is Nongshim onto the defense. Gen G trying to pick up the pace. We'll have a listen in to their comms.
Spike down A.
해븐 오퍼. 빡. 직한다 나.
오멘 지금 하나야. 툭박. 툭박 오멘 지금 하나.
One enemy
해븐 오퍼.
remaining.
해븐 들어. 까비. 뚫을만 했어?
지금 나 몰라 때문에 어떻게 했어.
Just kind of dived into that one in the most chaotic moment, but very well held by Nongshim.
Well, it's RB. I mean, he got a nasty double in here somehow. That's typical for Dambi. Gets caught by the Hunter's Fury, though. Oh,
no.
Man! He has hit a couple wicked double kills on this map.
Oh, like, what is that a read? Like the Hunter's Fury, but because RB was just positioned inside of Hell the whole time?
It's just like good Omen, like maneuvering. Like
TP to the back, huh?
Yeah, it's just the little things, like where you're keeping your opponents kind of guessing where you're actually at, and you think maybe the Hunter's Fury cleared a certain angle, and then he's back there. Stuff like that. Really tricky. I mean, Texture does have an op as well. Getting close to some ult cycles here for Gen G, but Nongshim already into a big one with the Dimensional Drift. Dambi one away from an overdrive, so scary stuff for Gen G. Let's see if they can get through it.
Take flight.
Gonna look for safer options of entry. Quite peculiar, though, with how Francis was positioned out by Fountain. Doesn't really spot anything around Catwalk, so that's going to be Dambi now, just thinking that he can have a free stroll. Unfortunately, that's not the case. And off of that pick, thinking that rotations might have gone over closer towards the A site, Gen G decides B site as their final port of call.
You would think that maybe Gen G would try to capitalize on that mid-pressure that they've been able to effectively create by proxy. Oh, Francis. I don't see a TP up.
30 seconds left.
That was way too risky. Will cost him his life and eventually cost the team the site as well, unless Ivy is really able to pull off the most insane anchoring right now. Kill trip, but not the second kill. And with 10 seconds to go, Gen G are able to get the spike down. Texture right up behind, and as an additional layer on that op, it's just going to be RB left, and that's way too much damage sustained. Gen G starting to close in on the gap.
Not bad. Again, good reads on the tendencies of Nongshim here by Gen G. You can see that they've definitely come into this prepared, done their homework, reading that they like those catwalk pushes, and they've waited out, kind of let Nongshim get impatient, make them think that Gen G's given up space and forgotten about it when that was all according to plan. There you go, Texture with that op. As usual.
Timeout.
Very, very good, and I like this from Nongshim. I think as well, uncharacteristic to see Francis being that aggressive with an op when he doesn't have a TP. I don't know what he was doing there.
It's a little bit much.
Yeah. I mean, if you're walking out like that on your own, I guess you're hoping that they just left Rascal out there and you're going to be able to win a 1v1, but if you run into the stack, you're just dead and that's op down. And you don't have enough money to buy it into this next round, so, I mean, you have an overdrive, which is maybe arguably better in the hands of Nongshim. But still a little, kind of as much, I'll say this. The last time we saw Francis with the operator on this map, he was unbelievably clean. Like, made almost zero mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
This is, that one wasn't so. But, I mean, they did lose a player early.
Just all things to consider, I guess. I mean, sometimes you find yourself a little bit lost in sauce or too far forward and maybe no real escape plan either way. That said, though, I mean, the outcome of the rounds are definitely felt by Nongshim. Gen G close to their ults, which they can kind of bank on and layer forward into next rounds. Right now, off the timeouts as well, they're kind of reading how Nongshim might want to play aggressive off barrier drop. Will be able to walk away with a 2-for-1 trade, make that 3. Still dipping back in Texture. Oh, you greedy boy. You gotta love this. One shot left in the mag, and he's still eyeing down this smoke like a hawk. Perfect shot. 4K in the round. We're now up 8-10.
There's Mr. 4K. It's only a matter of time before he strikes. And again, they're reading. They're reading the tendencies of Nongshim really, really well right now. And that's why we're getting close in the gap. I mean, they come out of this timeout and they know exactly what Nongshim's going to do. Now, the real question is are they going to be ready for the rifle round? But yeah, here they read this crunch off of that smoke at top mid. I'm pretty sure that gave them exactly the read they needed. But they pre-barrier drop again. They were in the right places, so this is a huge round. So many ults on both sides. Operator back in play for Francis.
This goes here.
This could be maybe the map decider in some ways, if Nongshim can win it.
Okay.
But they're being much more cautious this time. This is much more defaulty. Look at that deep trip over at the back stairs of B.
No.
They're willing to give up a little bit of space. Trying to play a kind of a kill trip setup for Xros, maybe? That's my suspicion.
Yeah, otherwise, it's just Ivy as well. I mean, kind of leaning on Francis to be able to pivot around both sides. bit of info around the drone for now. And a deep smoke, as is common for both teams to do, but the stun onto RB ensures that he will be caged in. Francis into position now. But Gen G taps the pause button, sets up their own execute. Corner check, but Dambi still gets away with daylight robbery. Charon punishing in for it. But now it's X-Ross, Francis in position, dimensional drift for added pressure. Raxkull way too far, separated off from the pack, and with 20 seconds left to go, can he get this done? Able to take down the first, picks up the spike as well. Oh! Swings into the pixel angle!
10 seconds left.
What a headshot! Still though, in the 1v1, Ivy off the right timing, stabs him in the back. Nongshim up to 11.
Oh man, Rascal almost pulls off a miracle here for Gen G. It's so damn close. I mean, RB's just screwed in this position. He can't TP out at that point. He's too committed. That is ridiculous from Dambi.
Yes.
Absolutely ridiculous. And X-Ross here finding that second, really, really important.
Yes, though. The pre-fire onto Francis's angle.
That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. He's like, it's scary. Ivy's just locked in. He's just like, yeah.
No.
I'm fine, bro.
Oh, I can't believe that was Raxkull's neural theft, though, and just like down to the time of the spike getting planted. Oh.
He went for the big play. I can't blame him. He had the chance. It was right there in front of him.
We're punching nudes now? Noodles?
I don't know. The other one just says, let's TP to Busan. So, and then this one just says, you know, Seoul to Busan to Shanghai. A lot of fans here for both teams.
I know. I can't imagine how Busan's going to look like as a final send-off to the whole Pacific League. But of course, with the teams and their eyes set on the winning prize, you know, that ticket to champs, maybe finally winning one for our region.
Let's go.
Yeah, maybe. I hope. I'm a little concerned about Nongshim here today. They feel a little sloppy.
Have to admit, Gen G's putting up a good fight.
My camera is destroyed.
Very much so. And again, that's credit to Gen G because they are really kind of reading these rounds ahead of time, pre-barrier drop.
Nongshim with the read right now, though. B main got Francis get crash back over onto A Heaven.
Gotta go.
Let's see if Gen G can figure this out.
Oh, they're just going in with their own execute. A bit of fake pressure as well. Hunter's Fury ripped out. Both sides just vying for this space. Gen G at some point just calls for a commit into it. Full 5v5, let's go.
That was 3 players tagged up by that Hunter's Fury, though, so they're going to be very weak for Gen G.
Perfect chance for Dambi on that overdrive as well, but I guess Karan just trying to do his best to buy time and space away from it. Had a Paranoia launched through. Door space being taken, but here comes Dambi. He's slipping and sliding. He gets both doubles alongside X-Ross again. Just texture all the way layered back towards main, and it's a position very well read by Nongshim. The full high-low, a triple stack totem pole, and Texture cannot break it down. It's map point for Nongshim.
They're just so explosive on these retakes. It's so frustrating to go up against. Like, once the door opens, they actually wait Gen G out here a little bit for them to push through, and then they're like, oh, go time. That means they're going to be weaker numbers on site, so that's the perfect opportunity to throw Dambi in there with the overdrive, where he's way less likely to get killed with it in hand. And X-Ross as well. Huge 3K again. Man, this kid is good.
He's like so good at filling up space after Dambi just starts off with his own initial double.
Dambi's still having a phenomenal map. 19 kills. He is really on a tear recently.
He's keeping his judge.
Why not?
Corner. Oh my god, straight into the cage.
He didn't take any damage?
No, none whatsoever. RB now.
Go, go, go.
Little trade against Dash. Ivy coming back forward with the neural theft, and that's just additional information to give Nongshim a position to close out the map. Afina, though, hell-bent on trying to keep this going. Unfortunately, will not be able to keep things up as well. Dambi back around middle.
You should be thinking B as Nongshim because of that kill onto Ivy. But they're going to really hedge their bets here, our Nongshim. They're going to let Xros try to figure this out on his own and put Dambi more middle-ish.
Otherwise, Nongshim still have cushion as well, so they're quite comfortable. Just trying to play the most unorthodox position. Xros just might be able to hold it all on his own, and he does! Double kill right at the end. Had several all throughout the second half, and they just end Gen G 13-8 on the first map.
Yeah, I mean, I think for Gen G, you're feeling okay because you challenged them pretty well on their map pick. You were pretty well prepared for it, but you're also not feeling great because they still won a lot of rounds they shouldn't. You threw away some golden opportunities here, and you cannot give Nongshim those chances. You cannot give them those extra rounds. They're too good for that, man.
You're talking about it. I just remember that point at 5v3, and that was tossed aside. I can't believe it, but what a map it was on the first one. We're going to toss it down to the stage with an interview with Silkenon.
Hey guys, Jen here, down on stage with Coach Silkenon of Nongshim. Now, Coach Silkenon, congratulations on the first map, but as you said, you guys had to play against a bunch of Neon Phoenix comp, and then when you come back, this is the third time in a row that a team picked Neon Yoru into you guys. So at this point, from Coach's perspective, how does that make you feel? 감독님 승리 축하드리고요. 일단 유럽 가서는 네온 피닉스 엄청 많이 상대해봐야 됐었고 지금 세 팀 연속으로 농심을 상대할 때 네온 요루를 선보이고 있거든요. 이쯤 되면은 감독 입장에서 상대가 네온 요루를 골랐을 때 좀 어떤 생각이 드시는지 궁금합니다.
솔직히 막 그렇게 크게 생각이 드는 건 없고요. 아무래도 요루가 좀 다방면에서 좀 좋은 캐릭터다 보니까 이제 좀 시간 지나면서 다시 기용하게 됐구나 정도로만 생각하는 것 같습니다.
Not much. It's just it makes me think how Yoru's been becoming more and more versatile as the time passes on, and that's just it. Well, moving on to the second map, what is your plan? Is there anything you would like to add to your game? 이제 2세트 들어가기 전에 조금 더 보완했으면 하는 부분이 있으실까요? 아니면 이대로 너무 좋다이실까요?
좀 더 자신감을 가지고 했으면 좋겠습니다.
알겠습니다. Well, I guess I would like them to have more confidence in the second map. Thank you so much, Silkenon, and I'm gonna let you go now. Thank you. 감사합니다.
Well, if Nongshim get any more confidence into that second map, this could probably be a very, very quick match. We had an ascent that was very, very close. However, I feel like Gen G, this just slipped away from them so many times.
Yeah, look, for me, Nongshim really showed their class here on this map. This was their pick. It's a map that they love, and they started this series off incredibly strong. I think Gen G had decent ideas. I think they had the foundations there for how to beat Nongshim, but unable to execute against the real heavy firepower of Nongshim.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk a little bit more about the game plan in a minute. They had the better end of a lot of the opening duels. I think credit to Texture and Caron. Both of them were actually able to go toe-to-toe in the Neon Yoru mirror. But top to bottom, I think Nongshim was a more solid team. They were clearly in better form after playing multiple matches back-to-back. So when it came to some of these XVX situations, Nongshim was able to overcome Mantis' advantages time and time again. They were able to be more clutch. And you could just tell, even at the end of the game there, Xbox is just holding like an open angle in a 1v2 confidently. Nongshim knows that they're the sharper team and they're just going to shoot Gen G.
Yeah, and Xros, he even looks surprised by his own plays sometimes. You know, he's like, I'm just here, I'm just shooting, I'm just, you know, doing what they're telling me to do.
Yeah.
But it's just that Gen G, again, this just feels like this slipped away from their fingers rather than Nongshim playing extraordinarily well. Yes, they did play well, but it just feels like there are just too many mistakes on the side of Gen G.
This is what I was talking about. So literally, most of these first duels are dominated by Texture and Ash. They had man advantage so many times in this game, but look at Nongshim, 7 out of 9 post plants. When it comes to the XVXs, once you get into these messy situations where RB or Ivy are lurking, working through the map or finding timings, or, you know, you have to actually convert one of these post plants.
Yeah.
That's where Nongshim is classically going to give any team problems, but Gen.G in particular, I think fragging-wise, we're not top to bottom solid enough, and Texture and Ash cannot do everything, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I think you can give your players structure, but you can't give them the tenacity that Nongshim seem to have. I feel like they fight their way back into every single round there. So we take a look at the scoreboard. You see 7 first kills for Texture, but it's not enough in this game. Nongshim, they do claim their own map pick. Right now, they're 1 map win away from champions Shanghai. Gonna be all on the line as we move throughout this series.
Yeah, it's getting really exciting, and Nongshim, I'm pretty sure they can taste this victory already. Again, if Silkanon said that all they need is like more confidence going into the second map, this series is as good as theirs. And on the side of Gen.G, we were talking earlier about Silkanon mentioned that, you know, they still have a roster that is still adjusting to each other, and I think that's a good example as to exactly how, because you see the game plan. The game plan is there, but it's just, as you guys mentioned, the execution just not quite as seamless as it would be on teams that actually spent an entire year together.
Yeah, I mean, I want to give credit to the calling as well as the game plan from Gen.G's coaching staff here. Before this timeout, Nongshim was doing the Nongshim special. They were slamming sites. They were particularly slamming B and trying to abuse Athena and Raxkul in particular. You see this A set play with the quick TP over from Texture to be able to kind of change up the angle. He offers a flash in towards this A set play, and then a beautiful retake here for Gen.G as well. This was fantastic. Like, honestly, it felt like Gen.G had a lot of the right pieces in the right places, but unfortunately, Nongshim was able to come away with a lot of these clutch rounds.
Yeah, this is exactly how they wanted their defender side to look. They want that Yoru to be moving towards the strength. They know Nongshim like to move fast, so they're dominating in the mains time and time again. That's exactly the same set piece where they win in the mains, Texture can go across to B and sort things out over there. So I think the ideas were there, the structure was there. That gives me some confidence for Gen.G as we move forward throughout this series, but structure wasn't enough in this game.
No, it's not, because at the end of the day, you look at their defensive side, they had 2 rounds off the back of a good game plan, 2 rounds off of winning the pistol, but outside of that, Nongshim was adaptable enough there. They had a good game plan to deal with the death ball of Nongshim 4-1ing in the mains or 5-0ing in the mains and slamming sites, but that's where Nongshim is more adaptable. They're able to start to slow the game down. Ivy and RB get more involved in the lurks. There's depth to Nongshim's game plan. It's why they're so hard to stop. You can objectively look at what they do on paper and watch the VODs, but playing against it is a different story.
Yeah, and there's also that synergy that they've been working on this entire year, right? We go over to Gen.G, and again, some of the rookies that are on their roster, you have Raska, and you have Athena here that didn't quite step up as much as we wanted them to on this first map.
I mean, look, he doesn't have to do a lot. I'm not saying that Athena needs to absolutely diff Nongshim, but the thing Athena did in the group stage so well is some of his kills were impactful. He was able to come away with clutches. He was able to clinch some important rounds for Gen.G. Unfortunately, in this game, he had no impact, and that's where I'm looking at a team like Nongshim top to bottom that are fragging-wise very, very solid. Even the callers are coming away with some massive impact plays, and this is just not going to be good enough for a Gen.G that wants to win this series unless they can turn it around.
Yeah, I think if I'm other teams, I feel like I can target their ascent here. Their B site is guarded by Athena and Raskul, the 2 newer players into this roster, and I think there was a little bit of a hole in that site, so that's going to be something they're going to want to patch up, but they can forget about that for now. We're moving on to Summit.
That's right, Goldfish memory has to come into play here for the side of Gen.G. We are going forward into Summit, and perhaps Gen.G might be feeling a little bit more comfortable here.
Yes. Look, so I think ultimately they showed strong game planning for that first map of Ascent, which to me gives me confidence as we move towards Summit. Their own map pick, we've seen them run this chamber stage a bunch of times, and the fact that they had counters ready in that first game should mean that they have counters ready in this one, and they have a lot more tools to work with.
Yeah, Nongshim had to show this after permabatting it in the group stage up against Team Secret. It was anything but a flawless game, but it was at least a decent game where they showed some of their tendencies. That's going to be up to Gen.G to exploit. The last time around these 2 teams played, Gen.G won the series and lost Ascent. So this is, you know, the same kind of situation that they've been in before at the start of the group stage against Nongshim. I think that they can take some solace in that. Not to mention the fact that now they're going on to back-to-back maps that they've been quite strong on, Summit and Sunset, and they play their best possible style, which has been the Chamber Sage. I think there's every chance that Gen.G can reverse sweep this series, but they need to kind of shake off some of those initial first game nerves or first map nerves here, whereas Nongshim's just been playing games back to back to back.
Yeah, exactly. It's entering the match a little bit rusty, and you can't help it, right? They had such a long break, and that is it's a double-edged sword. Like, you know, being able to place well, coming from the groups and the skipping play-ins all together, you get to sit back pretty and watch the games, but you come into this very, very cold. Let's see how Gen G is doing. We're going to send it over to the stage with Jen, who is standing by with Solo.
Here with Coach Solo of Gen G. Now, Solo, what made you guys opt for the Neon Yoru? 감독님, 일단 네온 요루 조합으로 좀 조합에 변경을 주셨는데요. 특별한 이유가 있을까요?
저희가 어센트 조합을 많이 시도하다가 저희가 스크림 할 때 이 조합이 제일 스크림 성적도 좋고, 네, 그래서 선택하게 됐습니다.
We actually tried a lot of different comps on Ascent, and this one had the best result when it comes to Scrim, so that's why we went for it. Well, there were a few critical rounds where you couldn't really convert the man advantage into wins. What needs to change heading into the second map? 그리고 뭔가 약간 중요한 순간에 수적 우위를 좀 라운드 승리로 가져오지 못한 흐름도 있었는데요. 2세트 들어가기 전에 이 부분에 대해서는 좀 어떤 얘기를 하셨을까요?
저희가 일단 유리한 시점에서 좀 많이 졌거든요. 그래서 그 부분에 대해서 좀 유리한 경기로 갈 수 있었는데 져가지고 선수들이 좀 많이 좀 기분이 안 좋았었는데 그래도 빨리 잊고 2, 3맵 이기면 되니까 네, 우리가 서밋을 픽했기 때문에 잘하니까 열심히 해보자. 네, 그냥 긍정적으로 얘기해줬습니다.
On Ascent, there were rounds where we had the opportunity to win and bring the momentum towards our side, but we let it slip away and the energy was down. So I told the guys, hey, GG go next, forget about it. Summit is our pick and we can have good performance there. Well, thank you very much, Solo, and hope you guys have a good game on Summit as well. 네, 감사합니다.
Forget about Ascent. Head into Summit because this is our map pick. I am expecting that Gen G will be able to bounce back here and go into this refreshed and renewed.
Yeah, so look at the Asian comp here. This is what we're expecting out of this matchup. This is the stylistic matchup that we were waiting for. Neon Yoru playing into Chamber and Sage, the double Senti comp that Gen G has been piloting. Gen G will start on the attacking side here. I'm looking at texture on the lurk. I honestly think Nongshim, the way they play, is hyper-aggressive in the mains. They really are looking to either run into the pack of Gen G and win the team fight or find texture and pick him off before you head into a post plant.
Yeah, I think Gen G have everything they need to disrupt that style of Nongshim. For Nongshim now, this is a map that can qualify them for champions in Shanghai. One map away now, securing that top 3, securing their place. It's on Gen G to stop them.
Like we mentioned, Nongshim can probably taste this already. They are probably minutes away from qualifying into champions. But if Gen G can't stop them, then this match goes all the way into 3 maps. What outcome are we going to get out of this one? We're going to find out as we toss it on over to Paper Thin and Quack once more.
Oh, it's just going to be such a bloodbath. The map picks, Summit, the stylistic matchup as well. I mean, what kind of outcome do you think we're going to get?
I have no idea. This one is a bit of a wild card for me. I think a style that Gen G plays that can potentially slow down Nongshim at the same time. Many have tried, few have succeeded to slow them down, so anything is possible, but man, I mean, I just feel like Nongshim's in such a groove. Could be tough, but I agree that Gen G had some good reads, they had some good ideas, and it did end up kind of causing Nongshim some grief, and if they don't toss a few of those man advantage rounds, could have been a different map.
It definitely does go quite close. They had some adjustments as well. Of course, Nongshim's confidence still giving them such a big boost as well, though, and to think that Nongshim could potentially qualify over to another international appearance, Champion Shanghai, on a map that's based in China, that's pretty poetic too.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, a little mid-presence. And here we go with the A main push as well.
So much noise being made here.
Extros quickly ready to receive. Oh my goodness, and somehow RB is still alive too. Texture able to fend off the initial push outside of A main, but immediately needing to pivot back around. Low HP as well, and he goes down. 1v3. Karon does not survive. It's 2 out of 3 pistols so far for Nongshim today.
Yeah, this is a really nice read and a better play from RB and Xros. That Sage jumping in there, trying to be the distraction for Ash. And they play this beautifully, kind of this pull back. Oh, that second kill for Xros is disgusting, and he gets a third in the round to boot. Texture, I mean, hits some nice ones. He's been solid today, no doubt. Him and Ash had a great map 1. It's just not enough. There's so much depth here on this Nongshim team.
You know, at this point, I really love it.
I mean, I like it, but I also worry about him. I worry about the vocal cords. That's my, as a caster, are we asleep? Are we asleep?
Okay, Francis. Can't be doing that. But again, it's some of these first bloods, and instantly as they push past the smokes, it's an open crossfire that easily gets picked up. Now it's all onto the lurk player, Raxkull, who's pushed all the way up middle. Still around the smokes, though, and it's more positions that Nongshim are quite aware of.
Well, not too bad here at all for Nongshim. You're keeping basically what you want into this next round. I don't know what's going on with Francis. It must have been looking at the map, but kind of a oopsies there. He probably could have taken a couple down with him before he got traded or got out of there, but I didn't see if he had the TP up or not. I assume he did. It's pretty early in the round, but yeah. That after that, it's just kind of a meat grinder there. Coming through onto that B site. Well, rifles for Gen G. Already starting to feel like you can't give up a bonus here.
Just really don't want to. But who knows? I mean, some rifles purchased up again. I mean, Xros has been racking them up.
There are 2 players who are one-tapped to this Outlaw. Ash and Karon.
Which is why there's a lot of positioning out towards the far exits of top, mid, and A-Link as well. But Texture starts things off pretty neatly.
Did get hit. Can be healed, though. So, not the end of the world.
Just trying to create little gaps across the map, Gen G.
Yeah, but they're not really succeeding. I mean, they do have a little bit of B main opened up because of that kill onto Francis, but so far, Nongshim has been able to hold their defaults relatively unbothered, so this should kind of give you a decent idea off that Prowler.
Yeah, quickly the pivot over as well, down B. So it's a good bit of legwork and building blocks already set up by Gen G, but can they get that full conversion? Should be able to, you're thinking it. But here's Xros again, collecting up skulls and heads. He does decently with 2, until eventually Rascal comes and puts him down. 1v3 for Ivy.
Spike planted.
You know, that wall there makes it a lot trickier for him.
Slow as well.
Yeah, that means the Sage can just make your life miserable.
And that's what we've been looking for with this compositional matchup. How does the Sage play against the Neon Yoru? Certainly helping out in the post plants right now. Texture picking up onto the 3K, so Gen G, a nice way to recover.
Yeah, it is a little bit concerning here because he had a pretty good opportunity. I don't know how in the world. I see. RB went for the shot on the entry player, and Texture just walked out and knew exactly where that was coming from. Xros, the fact that he gets away with 2 is pretty nuts, but he went for the spray into that poison cloud, anticipating that there was a player in there. He just guessed wrong on the timing. Now, Texture does have his ult.
You want to play?
Top of it. Starting things off with more B main pressure again. Nongshim kind of competing for the fight, unfortunately. Eating bullets instead, though. Let's have a listen in to Gen G and see how they want to operate this round.
근데 밀어낼래 확실하게 한 번 더 밀어내자. 빈소이까지 와봐 그러면 뛰어 임성 여기. B맨 B맨 프로로 썼다. 한 번 더 썼지. 걸려. 와라 월다운. 해수 조심 앞에. 걸려. 나우로 쏘줄게 얘들아 밀어낼 때.
근데 시간 지금 하면은
나우라. 나울까?
민다. 으로.
걸릴게 앞에. 더블. 나이스. 야 이러면은 그냥 모여. B로 모여 얘들아.
그래야 긴.
이거 바이퍼 오브 있어 앞에. 우리 월 있어.
뒤에서 보자. 더블 올게.
A맨 나온 거 조심. 이러면 그냥 짧게 가리고 살할래 우리? 더 나오는 거.
Oh, it's just so unsettling too. They take a pause after breaking that high-low.
Yeah. It might have been the wrong move here.
Could be. Or just a very deliberate way to
30
kind of
seconds left. Last
push
player
into
standing.
sight. Like I said, unsettling. Notion starts to get a bit antsy around their positions, and getting punished for that like that with the spams is not exactly what you want to have. A neat way for Texture to clean up with the tour de force as well.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to reassess as Nongshim how Francis is playing B main. I'm sure that's being talked about right now, but he's just getting absolutely destroyed. He's 0-4. And even though X-Ross is good for one, I mean, again, the full force of Gen G is there, and they're not really connecting with Util here. Are Nongshim to make it uncomfortable for Gen G in those fights at all? It's just kind of some dry contact that they're not winning. Francis normally pretty clean in those kind of situations, but not here so far. So he's going to be more of a pivot guy in this round, it looks like, with that Bandit.
It's like kind of just sits around and tries to react, but if Gen G's just grouping up brute force style into these dry swings, it actually works.
Oh yeah. Especially if you're not hitting them with a flash or something. They'll win those a lot of the time. Great shot. What an angle to take there.
Yeah, tried to clear the corner as well, Texture, but we'll be punished for it. And this should be position spot over now. As you mentioned, Francis, he does have the gate crash just in case. Gen G still quite tentative with how they're approaching the round for now, just maybe looking to group up before they eventually walk around this toxic screen into A.
Yeah, they want to protect this gun too. They don't want to make it easy for Nongshim to pick it up.
What I'm worried about then, though, would be Nongshim. Dambi, perfect positioning, sending through that relay. Nightfall chimes in as well. Everyone's low and tagged up. The Bandits just spammed through. Not quite landing the shots yet, though, but everyone is still relatively low. Not enough for X-Ross to get the job done. 2v3, and RB begins to make his move, but Raxkull is all up around behind him. Onto the site, Karon finds a headshot as well, and Gen G will be able to move forward with 3-2.
Yeah, it's just good discipline here from Gen G. We've seen it that, you know, off of contact, they're going to take round pauses, so I'd like to see Nongshim be a little bit aggressive off the backside of that on the other side of the map. When you see the stack, you know, go for a quick lurk or quick flank. I think that could have worked out a little bit better in this round for them, just based on the tendencies we're seeing here from Gen G so far. But, again, Gen G is being very diligent, so it's really tough right now. Texture's going to have that op again. So does Francis, though.
Oh, shots fired off. Trying to get the port over just in time. But also Ivy able to anchor down the site. Does get hit by the Nightfall though, but here comes Francis, marked by Texture! Off to the site then. And it's again Dambi and Ivy to do their best to hold. RB is off in another postal code, and it takes quite a bit of time, so reinforcement's not quite here yet. It's all on to Dambi to try to hold this off. He starts to move around corner to corner and straight into Texture's crosshairs.
This should be a save.
Yeah, not quite the situation or circumstance that RB would like to be in.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you're not giving Texture those opportunities. He is so good, man. He is going to absolutely ruin your day if you let him be unbothered with an operator, where he's going to be holding the angle that you're swinging into. He's going to win that way more often. Those are low percentage odds for Francis. I think he still has no kills here. Yeah, he's 0-6. So, tough spot to be in, looking for that timing to swing out and maybe grab a kill, but Texture was so ready for it. And they're just able to kind of pick Nongshim apart piece by piece.
it's like very Genji style with some of the fights in this side as well. I mean, it really shows, like the desk was mentioning, the game plan that they have set up for this game today.
And I also feel like Nongshim isn't playing their usual game of just really retake heavy, play safe, look for an early pick, you know, really safely look for an early pick, I should say, be really kind of methodical about it. But again, Genji's done a great job of reading them, shutting them down, and then they kind of are pressing and not able to get the retakes going. They're getting caught in weird positions where they're trying to hold sight. And that can work if you've got all of your team there to back you up and do it, but they're being really slow to rotate across the map. So I'll be curious what exactly Silkanon wants to do different.
Yeah.
My guess would be play a little retake heavy, but we'll see.
I would like to see that, yeah. Because right now, I mean, getting stuck on site, not exactly sure as to where Genji might spring or when they might even do it as well. I mean, a lot of this early pressure, but they just start to fight around forward space and play around their own smokes, letting Nongshim kind of go for some of these aim duels. It looks quite uncomfortable for Nongshim. They're starting to sweat up quite a bit, but probably not for this round yet. It's going to be a 4-stack with pistols, marching outside of B main and into Texture's crosshairs. Dambi, though, sharp with a shot back onto overdrive, slowed down by slow orb, however. Raxkull just looking to pick off his targets. Ash with the overdrive as well, but he goes down to Dambi. One player left. A little bit of movement and accuracy, but Nongshim will get it done at the end. A thrifty rocked up.
This is what one of the answers I was kind of looking for earlier. Yeah, that was nuts. But it's using that util to keep Genji really uncomfortable in these B main fights. As you throw the Prowler out first, okay, poor Francis is a sacrificial lamb, but he lands a great flash. And then a little bit of a slide there keeps Texture off balance enough. And he has to swap over to that Hunter. Yeah, I mean, Dombi's disgusting. Like, he has the best overdrive in Pacific.
Well, here we go again. Francis towards mid this time.
Yeah, he's going to be trying to hold a bit of an off angle, giving up a little bit of space intentionally here to try to see if Genji will bite on this mid. And so far, they're being very slow, very cautious. That's been kind of the name of the game here for them on Summit. It seems like they're waiting for Nongshim to get, you know, antsy, where they want to start taking some risks. And that's where they've been able to punish. Now, that Prowler does not catch Ivy. This wall has got to have you suspicious with that corner.
Yeah, it was previously set up towards A as well. So it's kind of curious that Genji decides to pinch in through into it. Extras receiving first contact. But here comes the pre-fired shot, but everyone from Nongshim has arrived. Francis finally cracks his egg, but ultimately loses his life to a trade as well. Texture and Athena in position, but not committing yet. Dambi, another timing peak. 1v2 now against an Athena who's been, to be honest, struggling quite a bit. So 4-4, we are tied up.
Yeah, a little bit of trickery here, and I kind of saw it off the rip on the toxic screen. I'm like, that's kind of an odd place to put one. So give yourself a little bit of a gap there in that wall. Now, they do clear them out in the follow-through, and they get 2, so it's a good recovery from Genji mid-round there. Oh, that's almost unlucky for Francis in a way. Dambi, beautiful there. Immediately cut sound when he was going back up towards the drop of the door, and then got into drop undetected. Caught him completely off guard. Looks like they're going to turn up the tempo!
Oh my god. Snake bite spam. Quickly playing back around Dice as well. We've got 3 players into sight as Nongshim. The res does absolutely nothing.
Why? The poor guy. There was no hope there. Unless they had rotated away. I guess that's your only chance.
And now they're worried about their backs too. Genji starting to make moves behind, but RB's in position.
It's an odd angle.
Still able to pick up Texture though. The little shoulder peaks, it's
Spike down. Attacker
angles that
spawn.
Gen.G weren't quite expecting. The double picked up the spike on the ground. This round is done.
Yeah, and I like this from RB. He's getting the read now that if Gen.G creates a lot of pressure early, that's going to be their stack, and that means he has space to lurk a little bit. And this is going to be one of those rounds, and he collects, so that's
30
huge.
seconds left.
A good adjustment.
It's just insane that he's so assured of himself in his calls and reads. Finesse was talking about this in the game against Paper X yesterday, that like he spots the stack somewhere else, RB will just push through mains.
Yep.
He's not even
10
like
seconds
second guessing or considering that maybe there's gonna be a lurk here. No, not at all.
No, I mean, and he's got a good read now, and it took him a little while here, but I agree. I mean, I think overall RB does a pretty good job with the macro and Nongshim. I mean, ooh, okay, well, I mean, that's fine. For Dombi, it doesn't matter too much there. But my bigger point is that, yes, they have a lot of like great individual players. They have some great combos. The Neon Yoru stuff is really frustrating to play against. Yeah, just a spam there into the...
Not kill my allies.
I don't know what we're doing there. That's a waste of a res.
Maybe I thought the smoke around, but no. It was
Timeout.
not quite deep enough for Gen.G. Anyway, timeout now called. Otherwise, it's the defensive setup switched around by Nongshim that really helps him out quite a bit. Ivy with that snake bite spam. Quickly stalling Gen.G's engine into that B-side push.
Yeah, that's a really nice play from Ivy. He read that off the rip. So again, you're making some good adjustments. I like the fighting at the chokes a little bit better now for Nongshim. So I think as Gen.G here, I wouldn't be surprised to see some mid consideration.
Yeah.
They haven't really explored that part of the map too much, so now might be the opportunity to start contesting that a little bit.
Also considering the fact that Francis has had quite a bit of a rough go at this map so far in the Yoru. Texture versus
Dude,
Francis.
He's getting absolutely wrecked. I feel a little bad because in one of the rounds he just had to be the bait.
Just to get that flash off.
Yeah. But other than that, he has actually just been getting diffed and been dry walking into stacks of Gen.G players.
Well, paper thin with the call. Here we go.
Gotta go.
A little bit of mid-scaling from Gen.G. Francis marking the smoke. Fires off a warning shot, but I don't think Gen.G is going to be too disturbed by it whatsoever. Paranoia and everything just to try to break through A-Link as well.
Oh, you heard that TP, though.
So quickly backing up. Dombi
know
holding
Karan's
space as
there.
well, but that's just all a distraction. Gen.G ultimately looking to end up towards B site. The wall has been propped through. Karan still being quite a nuisance, and that allows for Gen.G to keep their options open towards A.
I don't know what Dombi's doing there. He needs backup if he's going to take that fight. Like, they got to assure that Karan dies, and he just slid right into him.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too eager. Just wanting to get this done 2-0 fashion as well, but sometimes it's plays like that that costs
30 seconds
mistakes.
That very likely could cost them the round. He's kept this map space open.
Up tossed away.
Yeah, for the dimensional drift. They're gonna put a lot into this, Nongshim.
Cosmic Divine as well. Does manage to section off though, but again, Francis not quite able to get the duel off against the Star Fragger of Gen.G, but RB now off to separate angles. The Cosmic Divide forcing Gen.G into uncomfortable spots. Karan though will still look to play spoiler. Unfortunately gets traded out by IV this time. Oh, and down to the final two. It's a swing and a pop. Still has enough time for the defuse, and Nongshim continue to retain their lead.
Well, this is heartbreaking for Gen.G. They play this really nice. They're able to punish some of these early mistakes from Nongshim. I mean, oh, that's a great shot from RB. Absolutely ridiculous. Karan punishes this Nightfall beautifully. He uses that Cosmic Divide against him, but then Ivy's just like swinging in there.
Well.
And he's like, yeah, Texture, I know you're back there. I'm ready. Crazy. They win another odd man situation.
4v5, exactly.
Welcome to my world.
Prowler on. You got Viper's Pit around B side as well. Dambi's close and forward positioned. He could send very well send a relay bolt.
A lot of ults. A lot to work with here for Gen G. Obviously Tour de Force, but Nightfall 2 and Charon's ult can be very good on this map. There's a lot of weird places you can TP into. That can really be frustrating to root out as the defenders.
Otherwise, there's also middle as well. Francis still into the op line. Not seeing anything yet, though, so Ivy has to stay ready.
Yeah, they're gonna challenge this. Got to use the Prowler, maybe the Nightfall here.
Maybe a combination of the two.
Yeah.
Has a haunt as well. Oh, Francis this time. A little bit wider on the swing, takes down Texture, but as that aforementioned Nightfall does fall through, it's going to be a TP from Karen behind as well. Ivy, though, seemingly has a read, just continuing to hold the angle. Spots Karen out! And the entire set play that Gen G attempts gets foiled down to smithereens. 7-4, Nongshim do not let up.
I don't know how Ivy's alive. I don't know, man. That is incredible. I mean, gets hit by the Nightfall, gets revealed by the Haunt. But he's got a little bit of help from Francis. This was Francis's best round by far on this map. What a read, though, from Ivy. I don't know if he heard something or what.
Couldn't have, because he was hit by the Nightfall. But
I know.
That is so good.
Never give in.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense to me how he's just that aware.
Right. And like you mentioned as well, Francis diffed Texture that time around. Now he's looking to do the same thing. Still charged with marking down mid. Last round of the half.
Portal closed.
And as Gen G, you really put faith in trying to end this 7-5. Otherwise, you're staring down Nongshim's offense at the barrel. So trying to get their slip through. They've managed to take a bit of space towards A-Link now.
Should be, oh God. Oh, I was gonna say, the Odin's not favored in that scenario. You are not Brock.
Yeah. Now a bit more space out towards B-Link as well. Nongshim not quite sure about where this push and pull is ending up, so numbers advantage for Gen G this time. A lot more committed, a lot more secure, being able to push down into B site.
I mean, surely they don't lose this one. The RB at 21 HP. A couple Spectres and Stingers, so who knows, but I would think they've got this on lock.
I'm gonna scream if Nongshim somehow wins this.
Yeah. It would be ridiculous.
Low HP as well, running out of time. A lot of jiggling back and forth. Ultimately, though, it's just gonna be Karen with the space and delay. So it all comes down to the end. It's low HP with the C's as well from Athena that allows Texture to clean things up. 7-5. Still a decent score for Gen G to close off this first half with.
Yeah, no, not bad at all. I don't know why Domby picks the Odin sometimes. I really don't understand it. On Neon in particular. I mean, I get it. You're flush with cash. Maybe he had another gun behind it and just didn't have time to pick it up. But regardless, not bad. I mean, for Gen G, honestly, you probably don't feel too bad about this because that was Nongshim's map side pick and they only get 7. You're feeling like you've got a shout here. You should. I mean, he's doing it again.
Yep. 2-time first half MVP. But this was one where Nongshim had the pistol. So still quite a bit of work to get done just to try to prevent Nongshim from getting that champ spot locked in. I assume that's Athena's parents.
I would imagine.
It'd be
If I had
pretty
to
odd
guess.
if it's like Dambi's parents. Only
Yeah,
have a
they're like,
sec
we
for
love you,
Athena."
Athena.
Wish I could say the same for Big Time, though. I mean, they're holding up signs for Bambino instead.
Which is well deserved, you know.
That's true.
Oh,
Let's go. Yeah.
yo.
I don't want Tony the Tiger. I want this Tiger.
Please gift that to someone on Gen G. That needs to go up in the office.
I was done with markers as well.
I know.
Okay.
I'm so jealous of some of the skill of the artists who come here. It's incredible.
Some yesterday too, player portraits. But speaking of artistic capabilities, it's down to the players and how much they can use this map as their canvas to
Bring them down.
try to eke out a win. 7-5 for both sides. It's still possible for us to have a third map.
We got the Sage Wall out early from Gen G, just with a Prowler. That's a nice little trade for Nongshim in that early kind of utility battle, but there's that trademark right around the corner. That's going to be a little bit annoying. Plus, it has the toxic screen to cover it.
Yeah, this is a little bit further up, so good bit of cover allows for Nongshim to get pretty much a clean entry into sight. RB's lurking up behind as well,
Excuse me?
but through the toxic screen. Let's go.
What a read. Ooh, but he gets tagged up.
Looking for a 3-2-1 swing. It's going to be relay bolt first. Still watching onto the spike timer as well, though, and not quite being able to bulldoze their way through. Gen G starting to suffer some heavy losses. RB still lurking behind, has stars.